Now we're going to find the time it takes for a rocket to pass 0.8 meters above the launch pad. The trajectory will look like this, A to B, but we're only going to calculate the time it takes to get to 8 meters, not the full 11.48 meters that we saw earlier in question A. So what is the time? The time of a rocket that travels at 15.0 meters per second. Acceleration is negative 9.8. And the distance final is 8 meters. And the distance initial is going to be 0. We're going to use this equation here and plug in our variables, because x sub f is our 8 meters, but time is what we're trying to solve for. So 8 equals 0 plus 15 times t plus 1/2 times negative 9.8 squared. So this should have a exponent here. Simplify. Make it equal to 0. Now we can use the quadratic formula to solve for time. If you recall from algebra, quadratic formula is when there is a 3-part expression that has a power raised to the 2, power raised to the 1, and no exponent on the last expression. And we'll use the format negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Now the variables a, b, and c are going to be marked by the order they are listed. So first is negative 4.9 times the variable squared. Then we have 15 as b, because it's the coefficient to the next variable raised to the first power. And finally, expression c, which is the leftover value, which is negative 8. So quadratic formula uses this format to identify which is your a, b, and c. First value, second value, third value, according to its exponential power. 2, 1, and none. So we plug in our variables for the first iteration of the quadratic formula. Remember, there's a plus and minus. So b equals negative 15. Let's make this a little clearer. And plus the square root of 15 squared minus 4. Let's clean this up. Times negative 4.9 times negative 8. And we just get these values from a, b, and c of the quadratic formula, which was derived from this sequence. Times divided by 2 times negative 4.9. That's a 4.9. If it would help me write. There we go. And that's our a. Simplify the inside of the square root. Multiply 2 times negative 4.9. Square root of 68.2 is 8.26. Add that to negative 15, and then divide by negative 9.8. You get negative 6.74 divided by negative 9.8. Your final value is 0.69 seconds. Now remember from our previous problems that the number of seconds it takes for a rocket to reach its apex is 1.53 seconds. Here, we have the option of 0.69 seconds if we use the quadratic formula with the positive symbol, And then I'm going to give you a shortcut. If we find the seconds for the quadratic formula using the negative symbol, negative b minus the square root, our answer would have been 2.37. Now, out of these two options, we have to use the smaller value because 0.69 seconds is under 1.53. If we had chosen 2.37, then we would exceed the maximum height, which is 11.48. So we will not choose the higher number of seconds. 1.53 is the highest time that has passed. So that is why we use 0.69.